Morning, guys. We're on Revelation chapter 20, reading from verse 5, and we're just going to be looking at the resurrection, and just that all of us are going to be resurrected, either to life or to death, and either we're going to be with Christ, reign with Him, or we're going to be judged by what's called the Great White Throne Judgment and sent to hell. Just two verses before we get to Revelation. Daniel 12 verse 2, and many of those who are asleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt. So all of us have a body now, physical body, which is going to die. That body is going to be resurrected, either to a body that's going to be sent to hell, to be tormented forever, or a new spiritual body that will be with God in heaven. John 5 verse 28 says this, do not marvel at this, for an hour is coming when all who are in the tombs will hear His voice and come out, those who have done good to the resurrection of life, and those who have done evil to the resurrection of judgment. So there's a resurrection of life and a resurrection of death and judgment. And so just in that context, we turn to Revelation and reading from verse 5. So the guys who have been beheaded, who have come out of that tribulation, they've now been resurrected as Christ returns to reign with Him for 1,000 years. But the rest are still in the tombs. Those who have been will be resurrected later to judgment. So verse 5 says, the rest of the dead did not come to life until the 1,000 years were complete. This is the first resurrection. Verse 6, blessed and holy is the one who has a part in the first resurrection. Over those the second death has no power. So those who had been resurrected, which we read last time in verse 4, are reigning with Christ, and they will go into glory. And the second death of judgment has no power over them. But they will be priests of God and of Christ's, and will reign with Him 1,000 years. And so not only are we saved from sin and death, but miraculously God raises us up to be priests. We all become children of God, we become sons of God, we become heirs and co-heirs with Him. And so what a privilege it is that not only God saved us from our sin, but He saved us to a glorious inheritance. Verse 7, when the 1,000 years are complete, Satan will be released from prison. So we'll look at that on Monday. But let's just make sure and remind all folk that, you know what, this life is not just about this life. We're all going to die, and what are we going to be resurrected to? Are we going to be resurrected to life with Christ, or death and sent to hell? So trust you have a good day. God bless.